Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Sunday, July 3rd, 2016, around 8:04 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun is going down. It was a nice day, 4th of July, another perfect day, low humidity. Tuesday's going to be low humidity, but hot and humid weather for the rest of the week. It's summer, folks, so you have to expect it. Some news to report. The Boston Red Sox beat the LA Angels of Anaheim by the score of 10-5. They take the series 2-1. Rondo Raja has signed a deal with the Chicago Bulls, 2 years, $28 million. Jamal Crawford has re-signed with the LA Clippers for 3 years. Riley Smith has re-signed with the Florida Panthers for 5 years. And the Lowell Spinners beat the Ironbirds by the score of 3-1. And that's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is about the late great moderator of What's My Line, John Charles Daly. Charles Daly was a game show host, hosting What's My Line for 17 years between 1950 and 1967. Plus, he was a TV host and a radio host. John was born in South Africa, and he grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. He went to Boston College. Before getting into the radio business, John worked in a wool factory, and he worked for a transit company. He started working in radio. He started his radio career at NBC Radio in the 1930s. Then he moved to Washington to work for a radio station there. And in the 1940s, John went to CBS, anchoring a CBS radio program called The World Today, and he covered news around the world during World War II. And John was the first reporter on the radio to deliver the news that Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, which ignited the United States to go into World War II. And also, John was the first reporter to announced that Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was the 32nd president, passed away on April 12, 1945. After World War II was ended, John hosted a program called Are You There? Then he moved to television. When the media was starting, that was the new thing in the late 1940s. And John hosted a lot of programs. Who Says That? We Take Your Word, an Open Hearing. And John was known for hosting the classic Goodson-Todman game show What's My Line from February of 1950 through September of 1967. He was the moderator of What's My Line, and John was a great host of What's My Line. His famous quote was, "Would you sign in, please?" And John was, very funny. He had great chemistry with the panel, which included Bernard Cerf, Arlene Francis, and Dorothy Kilgallen. And John was awesome. He was the emergency mystery guest in case of the guests didn't show up. In the last episode of What's My Line, John Charles Daly was the mystery guest, and he disguised his voice, but he was, the panel knew who it was after a while. Also, during the time when John was the moderator watching my line, he anchored the news broadcast for ABC for 7 years between 1953 and 1960. And also during his time at ABC, he was the vice president of ABC News and ABC Sports. So he had a great career doing news. He was, a serious newsman. And after What's My Line ended, John became the voice over work. He did a lot of voiceover work. He was the voice of America and Modern Maturity. He didn't make too many television appearances after What's My Line ended in front of the camera because he did a lot of voiceover work. And in 1975, when they did the 25th anniversary of What's My Line, they did a What's My Line special, which was shot and it was shown on ABC, and John talked about the memories of What's My Line on there, and it was a pretty good show. And John in the late 1980s had to retire because he was developing lung cancer, and he passed away in 1991 at the age of 77. And John ranks right up there as one of the top game show hosts of the 1950s and 1960s, and he didn't get typecast as a game show host because he was a serious newsman as well. So he had two distinguished careers. And that's about it on John Charles Daly. And that's about it on these video blogs: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Google Plus tomorrow. 3 more video blogs coming your way. First video blog will be about the top 10 best shows in the history of HBO. Second video blog will be about the NHL on CBS, which was in the late 50s and late 60s and early 1970s. And the third and final video blog tonight's the personality profile. Tomorrow's personality profile is the late great game show host Bud Collier. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Penn guy. Molly Rose Blood of WCCOX has nice legs. Elizabeth Hat's so stunning. She's the best. Amy Swansea's so awesome. Awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11. Cedric Kruger. Of course, she's got nice legs. And Bob Gibbs of ABC 11 in Raleigh, North Carolina, has the best sweet southern accent in the world. And in the words of Charlotte, get out. See you later.